to eat.
We don't like to take risks when it comes to security.
And internet banking is no different.
With the Bendigo, on top of our usual login details, we've got a security token that generates a new PIN every time you log in.
So even if someone does get our login details, they still can't access our accounts.
So if you'd like extra security when you're e-banking, there's only one bank you need to know. You need to know the Bendigo.
As we continue our exclusive coverage on this Geelong Weekly News on Wednesday special of Geelong people who received the Order of Australia Medal, the OAM, and we always save the best to last, and Neville James Whitley, OAM. Welcome to Geelong Weekly News on Wednesday and congratulations.
Thanks very much, Rawlo, and it's a real honour to receive that. It came shot out of the blue, but I knew there's something was happening about just before Christmas, and I'm very honoured to receive it, but I accept it on behalf of a lot of other people that helped me through the years, and I accept it on their behalf as well as my family.
Neville, we know you locally here within the Geelong and District Football League as one of the greats of East Geelong as a player and as a coach, but it's been in the world of administrative elements associated with local sport, not just football, but sport overall, and also the business acumen on a voluntary basis associated with the development of the business arm that has really kept the Geelong and District Football League to the forefront of one of the best run leagues in this in the Victorian Country Football League.
Yeah, well, we're very fortunate that many years ago we started Bingo, and that's when I came on board as the president. But prior to that, I was connected with East Geelong. I was mascot in 1948 at one of the premierships, and the next premiership they won, my eldest son was mascot, so it was 22 years later, so it was a bit of a drought there for a while. But I really enjoyed my playing days at East Geelong. Don't about being a great, I was a bit of a battler and just enjoyed with my mates and having a game of football. But then I got into administration at the club at that level, and I was fortunate enough to be vice president at the 70 premiership and president of the 73 premiership, and I then moved on to the league, and as I said before when in the introduction, that I really had good people around me, and we started Bingo, as I stated, and that gave us a bit of a background for finance, and it helped our clubs, and then we moved into developing the gaming centre, which is known as Buckley's Entertainment Centre in Geelong, and I was involved in that right from the start, and then I moved on from there as well and joined on with Clubs Victoria, and I really enjoy that role as the country vice president of Clubs Victoria, and anywhere I can help I will, and I just believe that the clubs are important to the community, and my real statement is the clubs are the community.
And the community are, in that sense, they are really supporting the clubs, and particularly here in Geelong, we've seen the continued development at Raiders and out at Buckley's as a community centre, an element where people can get together and have fun. Yes,
it's really been a great thing. As I said before, there's a lot of people to help, but when we put that together, there was a lot of hours went into the infrastructure, the borrowing of money, the getting of licences. Nothing was guaranteed, but we bit the bullet. And as I said before, we had good people that I was just happened to be president of, and they all supported me right through. And we were able to get it up to what it is today. And it's probably one of the number one clubs in country Victoria, I would think it would be. And it probably presses some of the metropolitan clubs as well.
You've mentioned the element of working with some very important people, and of course one of the names that comes to mind is Russell Lenders. But you go back way before that. Some of the strengths in your association with the development of that.
Well, initially it was the GDFL executive that was the steering committee, and we built it, and then we moved into bringing in a board of management. Then we involved the GFL clubs, the Bellarine clubs, and the umpires, and along with our own clubs, and then as I said, there was a board put together, and I happened to be the first chairman for 5 years, and then Russell Enders took over as well, and he did 5 years, and Robert Foster is carrying on that role now, and Rob's done 5 or 6 years himself now, so we've only had 3 chairmen in that role, but now Russell's managing our bingo centre and doing a great job there as well, so we really fairly close-knit. As I said earlier, the GDFL executive was there at the start and developed the concept, And I'm very proud that it's what it is today, and along with all the other executives in the start. There was blokes like Tommy Phillips, Margaret Webb, Dick Caldo, Jeff McClure, Ray Ettridge. I think Jim McCauley was there at the time, but they all assisted in making it what it is.
And we did say a very good evening to Madam President, Margaret Webb, up there at the Belmont Bowls Club. Neville, how important has it been as far as your playing and club administrative early days to now in the longer term as you can reflect back to be as successful as what you've been?
Well, the press asked me the other day what's the difference between being a president of a club now to being a president of back in those days. I said about 150 or 80,000, maybe 200,000 difference. That's the pressure that volunteers are under these days, and I feel for them, and we try to assist them where we can. Volunteers are very important to the community, whether it be in football or netball or any other sport. The volunteers are very important. If the government, I know they recognise that, but the hours that are put in on a voluntary basis is what the club's all about, and I think that's what makes me tick along and enjoy what I'm doing.
Well, you partly answered my next question. Was going to be where is the passion coming from that continues to see you drive on? I mean, you've been involved for so many, and you're still reasonably young as far as the world of future continued leadership is concerned.
Oh, thanks, Rawlo. I'm getting on a bit now. I'm 68 this year, but I was fortunate. Probably I got into administrating the league at a younger age, like I was in my 40s. So a lot of people take those sort of roles on when they're a bit older and they've been at club level a lot longer than I was. But I just believe that my passion comes from the support of my partner Linda. My family supported me over the years, and as I said before, other people being with other people that become your friends. The lady I think who nominated me for this award, Margaret Webb. She's been my treasurer for over 20 years, and about Alan Moore, who came on board from North Geelong Football Club as secretary, and other people, as I mentioned before, Jeff McClure has been. We've had a fairly long longevity of people there, and some people say we've been there too long, but we really enjoy one another's company. We enjoy the clubs, we enjoy the young ones coming through and seeing them succeed, and like even last year when we had two clubs who finished well down the ladder the year before, coming out and playing in a grand final, and we had a great grand final, and Belmont Lions won their first grand final, and that's really kicks you along, even though they beat my old club. That's the way football goes, and I just think it's great to see the excitement when two clubs like that play off in a grand final, and that keeps you going, I'm sure.
Viewers, behind every great team, you'll always need a great leader, and Neville James Whitley OAM is certainly that leader and well deserved of this honour.
We wanted a green home with rainwater tanks, solar power, solar hot water. It's really strange. The Bendigo is the only bank which will give you a loan, which is an incentive to help the environment. The Bendigo actually reduces the interest rate for environmentally friendly houses or products. So, if you want to save money and the environment, there's only one bank you need to know. You need to know the Bendigo.